Soil pollution. Industrial waste. The waste contains a number of toxic chemicals such as mercury, lead, copper, zinc, cadmium, cyanides, thiocyanates, chromates, acids, alkalis, organic substances, etc. Most of the pesticides are broad spectrum and affect all types of life. They are therefore called as biocides. Excessive use of chemical fertilizer decreases the population of useful bacteria of the soil. And you can see the overall representation of industrial dumping, which is one of the cause of the both water and soil pollution. You can see chemicals, plastics, water, waste, papers, rubbers, and other things. These include concrete, asphalt, rugs, leather, cans, plastics, glass, discarded food, paper, and carcasses. The addition of solid waste is sometimes called as third pollution. Materials such as paper, glass, and some kinds of plastic can be recycled. You can see the condition of the plastic, not only in India, but it is going to become a worldwide problem. Radioactive pollution is a special form of physical pollution of air, water, and soil. They include cosmic rays from the space, terrestrial radiations from the radionuclides present in the Earth's crust, such as radium-224, uranium-238, and thorium-232. And this is how the atomic explosion has polluted the atmosphere. Refining of plutonium and thorium and explosion of nuclear weapons, nuclear power plants and fuels, and preparation of radioactive isotope, these are some of the causes of the health hazards. Atomic explosions are performed to test the nuclear arms. The nuclear arms use uranium-235 and plutonium-239 for fission and hydrogen or lithium as fusion material. These particles are carried to long distances by wind and gradually settle over the earth as fallout and are brought down by rain. The fallout contains radioactive substances such as strontium, and you must be knowing that strontium is deposited in the bones, cesium-137 and iodine-131. You know, once an atomic explosion in Bikini Islands resulted in the production of radioactive iodine. And when this iodine enters the plant, and when these plants were consumed by animals, the milk of these animals, when taken by the children, they developed thyroid abnormalities and cancerous growth. This is an atomic explosion. A large number of radioactive isotopes, such as C14, you must have studied in photosynthesis, iodine-125, P32 by discussing that genetic material you may be remembering is the DNA, and their compounds are used in scientific research. The radioactive materials like iodine-125, P32 enter human body through the food chain. Include short-wave radiation such as ultraviolet rays, which forms a part of solar radiation and become harmful to multicellular organisms. They damage eyes, which may be caused by reflection from coastal sand, which of course is called snow blindness, directly looking towards the sun during the eclipse. Inactivate biomolecules, including DNA, RNA, and increase the incidence of cancer and mutants. They include X-rays, cosmic rays, and atomic radiation. They have penetrability. They damage the cells mainly by physically breaking the macromolecule, and this is called ionization. Long-range effects are mutation, increased incidence of tumors and cancer, shortening of lifespan, and of course, developing other changes like some morphological deformities, etc. Now you can see the colon cancer. A loud, unwanted or unpleasant sound that causes discomfort is called noise. The release of unwanted sound in the atmosphere is called noise pollution, and as you know that the noise is measured in decibels, that is dB. And here they are measuring the noise created by a public vehicle. Noise pollution is the result of industrialized urban life and congestion. The main source of noise are various industries. The operations such as blasting, bulldozing, construction work, stone crushing, etc., and use of crackers on festival occasions also contribute greatly to noise pollution. The most immediate effect and acute effect of noise pollution is impairing of hearing. I may tell you that if you live in a city like Delhi for a long time, say 15 to 20 years, you will see that some impairing of hearing will be there because of the noise pollution. Noise causes anxiety and stress, and in extreme cases may lead to fright. Constant exposure to noise causes hormonal imbalance, leading to several disorders such as increased rate of heartbeat, constriction of blood vessels. Noise causes digestive spasm and dilation of eye pupil. Noise also distracts attention and causes emotional disturbances. Now let us take up the environmental laws for controlling the pollution. Montreal Protocols. It was in 16 September 1987. 27 industrialized countries agreed to limit the production of chlorofluorocarbons to half the level of 1986. And you know that chlorofluorocarbon is one of the main cause of ozone depletion. Earth Summit, United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, 1992. It was held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and adopted the recommendations for reducing the greenhouse gases. The recommendation was signed by 154 nations of the world. World Summit for Sustainable Development 2002. The summit was held in Johannesburg, South Africa, for discussing ways and means to sustain development without depletion of biodiversity.